Okay, so let's see. Mic check. Mic check. Okay, good. Good, good. That's great. Microphone is working good. And game capture has started. Perfect. We're going to be doing a new stream of Morrowind today. We will be mostly breezing through all this introduction. Because, I mean, every single stream, every single Let's Play that does Morrowind, everyone has seen the introduction a bajillion times. And let's face it, it's 2023, this game is over 20 years old, it's legally able to drink in the United States. If you haven't seen it yet, there's a bajillion ways to go see it. And chances are, if you're watching this stream, first off, thanks, great to have you here. But if you're watching the stream, chances are extremely high that you've seen the introduction before, so we're not going to bother explaining everything and going through little tiny bits at a time. We're going to skip through most of the dialogue. We're going to comment on how sexy Jib is here. Jib. We're going to be named Nerevar. When we get to our class selection, we're going to be the Nerevarine, because, spoiler alert, the main line of this game is you are the reincarnation of the legendary Dunmer hero Nerevar, and that reincarnation is called the Nerevarine. Excuse me, guard, you walk so slow, we're gonna pass you there. We're going to be a sneak specialty, or stealth specialty, pardon me, the words are important. We're gonna be a Dunmer because we're on Morrowind. Dunmer are the people here. With the Better Bodies pack, there is a hair option that we can have that has like a royal headdress thing. And since was that it? No, that's not the one. I'm pretty sure the one we're looking for is shinier than that. Let's see. Is that it? No, that is like on the hair itself, but we want a headdress one. Oh. Okay, there is like a tarnished bronze and a gold one. We're gonna want the gold one. Since we don't have a webcam yet, we plan to get one eventually, but we definitely don't have it yet. We want to make sure our character face looks nice, because we're totally going to be seeing it all day, every stream. And by that, I mean, for sure, we're definitely not going to see it almost ever. Just because that's how it works. That's a smooth looking face. That one's kind of smooth looking. I had pre-decided which hair I wanted, but the face I just kind of thought, I'll look through them and see what looks the best. That guy looks really beat up. I take it back. This guy looks very beat up. Let's see. We can go for somebody with an eyebrow piercing. It's not like it matters. Oh, this guy's got like a beard like a dwarf. Like, no, we're not a Dunmer. What are the dwarves called? Or what were they called? We're a Dwemer. Yeah, that's what we are. Oh, this guy's he's got an eye patch. He's even worse off than some of the others. Maybe we could have nose rings like Xerxes from the movie 300. A lot of these guys have very pointy eyebrows too. Okay, now we're cycling back through. I mean, none of these are exceptional. I mean, you could go for something like this. It's kind of plain, it's kind of smooth, but the eyes are pretty bright, and the eyebrows are like, I don't know, nothing like very scarred or beat up. But yeah, let's just go for that. Dark Elf. Dark Elf is the Westerner name. It would be a Dunmer in their proper name. High Elf is Altmer. Orcs are Orsimer. Wood Elves are, it's also a Mur, something Mur. But of course, I can't think of it right now. Anyway, it's not important. We're just gonna be, we're gonna be this fancy looking Dunmer dude with the royal crown on his head because we're a reincarnation of pretty royal. Ah, yes, we've been expecting you. So Sakusius or Gala, his lines are voiced, which, if you're unfamiliar with Morrowind, we're gonna might give you a bad, uh, a false impression because his lines are voiced, but no other character in the entire game has their lines voiced. So you go into this being like, oh, this is so great, the characters talk to you, and then the rest of them don't. We're gonna go stealth specialty because that fits in best with um, the build that we're looking to do. We're going to choose endurance as our favored attribute for our starting health. The higher your endurance is at the beginning, the more your health is, and it's not retroactive. So if we get endurance up high later in the game, um, oh, Chalk, you're such a silly boy. If you get endurance up high later in the game, you can never get to the same final, to the same total health as if you did it earlier. And then we're going to go for luck as our secondary favored attribute, because you can only get a maximum of 1 point of luck per level. So if you want to get that to 100 or anywhere close, you need to start with it high. As far as our major and minor skills, we're going to do a combination of things here. As you see, all these skills have a governing attribute: agility, strength, agility, speed, agility, personality, whatever. So we've chosen a list ahead of time that gives us a good mix of skills that we can get started with, and it gives us at least one governing attribute for every single attribute, um, with the exception of luck, because nothing governs luck. That's why you can only get, we want marksman here. So we got close range and long range. Actually, armorer is going to stay as a minor skill. We do want that. We want enchanting and alchemy, because it's very easy to control when you level up enchanting and alchemy. You don't want to put athletics or acrobatics as a major or minor skill because those typically don't get. We do need a willpower. Let's see, destruction, alteration, mysticism, restoration, or alchemy. Restoration is healing magic, mysticism, teleportation, willpower, alteration, changing the physical world like locks and burden and shield, destruction and damage. So we're probably going to use alteration the least, so it's counterintuitive as it sounds. We'll probably want to do alteration, just because this character is not going to be using that skill, so it'll give us the best control over it. And the more control you have over your major and minor skills, the more efficiently you can do your level ups. So as I said earlier, we are Nerevar, and our class is Nerevarine. Class description, the legendary. Conquer Vardenfell. Stop that there and put an end to the light storms ravaging the land. Perfect summary of our class. And I honestly don't know if there's anywhere in the game ever that references that class description. Very good. The letter that preceded you mentioned you were born under a certain sign. And what would that be? Now, there are a few good choices here. The Apprentice or the Atronach, if you're going for a mage build, because of this Fortify Maximum Magicka 2 times, Atronach is amazing, but you do have stunted Magicka. To a lesser extent, the Apprentice is good at 1.5 times. Lady is what we're going to pick, again, for that endurance. What we're going to be doing is getting up in the fray and taking a lot of beatings, so having that endurance is going to be good. The Lord sucks, never ever take the Lord. The Lover sucks, don't take the Lover. Mage is kind of good if you're also going for a mage class, but both the Apprentice and the Atronach are objectively better, and the shock damage is pretty much garbage after a few level ups. Ritual, also pretty garbage. Serpent is also very garbage. Shadow, for very specific builds where you want invisibility, that might be helpful. Steed is good, especially if you're doing speed runs. You want the speed. The Thief is pretty garbage. You never want it. The Tower is fairly good. It's the best for utility. You get an open spell that's a lot more powerful than anything else you can get in the beginning of the game. And you get detecting for animal enchantment and keys. It's a pretty good go-to if you're trying to do an all-rounder build for utility. And the Warrior, if you're going for like a combat-oriented, that Fortify attack, you can't get it almost any other way, and that is very good. It gives you an extra 10% chance to succeed on every attack roll you make in the entire game. But we're going for the Lady. Mostly for that endurance, but it doesn't help to get the other benefit as well. Now, so we're double checking. We've got the Lady. We're the Nerevarine. We're a Dark Elf named Nerevar. So all of these stats here should be exactly what we're going for. So if you hear those noises, that is Chonk. He's trying to lick my face right now. He is a puppy. He's a beautiful boy. And he is the #1 most favoritist boy in my life. Mr. Puppy. That was a stinky burp. He just did a very stinky burp. So there's a couple of things in here that we want. First and foremost, we want this limeware platter. And secondly, we want the gold that is in this small chest. So we have this convenient lockpick that was in that other room. But there is a guard and there's a witness. So if we steal things like a limeware platter, we'll get arrested for it. But there's a specific quirk. Because we are technically a prisoner who is going through the system to be released, we can steal things without being in too much trouble as long as we set them down before the guard gets to us. Then it won't be in our inventory for him to take our stolen goods out of our inventory. So we keep getting all of these crimes reported. We have a bounty of 70, but every time he'll talk to us, it clears our bounty. Oh, that was convenient. Okay. Hello, goodbye. And we'll grab this gold. And again, we're just going to set it down. We're not going to put it in our pockets yet. And now that he's already seen us, there's a bug in the script that has them check when we pick things up. So if it's something they've seen us take and we've already talked to a guard about it, the scripting assumes that it has already been removed from our inventory. So they don't bother us when we pick it up again. So we're going to pick this lock too and take this gold. Ooh. Now there's a few good valuable things here. And we're going to take some of these things. Most of this stuff is just to teach you how the game works. Like, you pick up the knife so it can teach you how knives work. You pick up the light so it can teach you how lighting sources work. You pick up this potion so it can teach you how potions work. You can pick up the bread so it can teach you how like ingredients and stuff work. So they put these things here explicitly so that while you're going through the introductory stages of the game, you can get, we might as well just take all of these. You can get things that introduce you one at a time to the key components of the game. We'll take this torch too, because these torches are great lighting sources when we set up a base. Let's see, do we want this candle? Do we want... A pewter candle isn't something that we would use, but is it something that we want at least temporarily? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say we don't want the pewter candle. We'll take all of these things, and we'll take those things. And then the last of these like introductory things is in this barrel here is Fargoth's ring, which, oh, the engraved ring of healing is so they can teach you how magic items work. And then, so this is the last room in which we can just get away with stealing things like that. And that is going to be, actually, we're going to need to drop most of our stolen goods. Because if we have any of them in our inventory while this guy confronts us, he'll take them all out, and then we're not going to be able to get them back. If we chose the Tower Burst sign, that's a different story. But what we can do is drop everything on the ground, so it'll all be in his range of vision, and he'll see it there when he talks to us. That we can keep in our inventory. It's not technically stolen. It was given to us, but all the rest of this is technically stolen. But if it's already in his vision and it has already been marked as picked up by us after he talks to us, he won't end up taking it out of our inventory. But we want these candles, we want those plates up on the wall, and most importantly, there's a key on the shelf that will get us into the warehouse across the street. He's kind of stuck over there. Goodbye. Okay, this... So the key is actually... we kind of put the plate inside the key. But it's so close to him that he'll probably immediately get us. So I'm going to grab this just to get him to come to this side. He can take it. We don't care about keeping that, but we just want him to be far enough away that we can successfully pick up and drop that key. Okay, so we've got all the things that we want. We did get this one, right? Yes, we did. Okay. So, oh well, Celis Gravius. So he takes the release identification from our inventory, and then we're just going to skip past all of these things he has to say, because we know everything he has to tell us, and if you're watching the stream, you probably all already know any of the important things he has to tell us too. But you have to document those things in your journal before the game will let you exit this room. So we got all the silverware plates, and they're worth a good penny if you want to sell them. I mean, 17 each, was it 17? It's not all that much, but it is good value for stolen things at the beginning of the game. So, Fargoth here is our friend. We have his ring. Here's your ring. Thank you. We have the warehouse key that will get us into here. And we want to get in here because all of these crates have weapons and armor and also some moon sugar that are worth taking. Up here, there is sometimes good things like this Hackalow leaf. Skooma. Skooma is worth taking always. We'll take the gold. We'll always take the gold, and we'll take the soul gem. We don't need arrows right now. We're taking all the crafting ingredients, and moon sugar is worth taking, and we've got our first armor. We're not going to use this armor, we're going to sell it, but we do have our first armor now. So let's see, there's a guard up there, but he does occasionally walk through here. So let's pop a quick save in case if he does walk through and we're not paying close enough attention and he sees us, we have time to, we don't want all those eggs. We'll take the Hackalow leaf. Take all of those things. And if he sees us, okay. So we're over encumbered, meaning we can't move. So we're just going to drop some heavy things on the ground just so that we can get to the other side here. And of course, I'm saying how he walks through, and if he's just not going to walk through while we're here this time. And that is fine. For the beginning of the game, we don't want, actually, this is light armor. We'll equip the light armor. Pretty terrible. We have a total armor rating of 3, but better than nothing. Okay. There he is. Okay, that's fine. He minding his own business, staying out of our way, letting us steal to our heart's content. So if you see how slow we move and how little we jump, that's because we're weighed down to almost 100% of our capacity. At 95% of our capacity, you move pretty slow and you jump pretty low. So we're really here because we gave Fargoth's ring back, and he's like, oh yeah, okay, we'll drop the moon sugar and the skooma. He's an honest businessman. He won't deal with us if we have those things in our inventory. There's the skooma.
Welcome to Ariel's Trade House. I barter goods or coin. I also have a small selection
okay.
of for sale.
Actually, he has chitin armor, which is better light armor. Like this cotton cuirass, for example, is 13 versus this Nordic fur is only 6. And that's actually, I completely forgot about that. But since we're already here, we don't want any of these weapons. They're all trash. That is 34 sold, so we're actually making money and getting better armor and reducing our carrying weight by a wide margin. That's just fine. We'll accept that deal. And we will kit up in our first, well, second armor technically now, but the first armor that we're gonna keep and actually use. We got a shield. We don't have greaves. Did he have greaves for sale? Did I just miss them? No, he has more gauntlets, but no other chitin anything. Okay. We're kit up in the first armor we're going to use. Let's go back to the warehouse and grab the other things that we're gonna sell. Hopefully we can carry it all in one more trip and don't have to make 2. And again, if the guard does see us picking up things because they were already laying out, and look, they were already laying out, so we wouldn't get arrested because he wouldn't know that they were stolen just from seeing us picking them up. Okay, so let's sell him these things too. We don't want those, or that, or that, or those, or these things. Actually, he can have the shoes too, I think. Did we? No, let's just keep our shoes. We have total armor rating of 10 now. Woohoo! 173 is fine for now. Oh, actually, while we're here, let's go talk to Hrisker upstairs. Hrisker has a quest for us. Find Fargoth's hiding place. It's a good way to get us some gold. Elone is a blades trainer, but we don't know that yet, so we can't talk to her about the blades. But she is also a scout, which means we can get these places marked on our map. And now we've got a lot of the nearby area marked out on our map, all ready to go. So getting Fargoth's hiding place is good. But we have to wait for nighttime to do that. There's a few other quests to pick up while we're here. We can get from Vodinius Nicius here. He'll tell us to go talk to the Silt Strider. And there is a couple of things by the lighthouse in a couple of tree stumps. Oh, okay, got that on the first try, nice. And that is an iron shard axe. There's some gold over here. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to make it to that tree stump with our terrible starting stats. I'm not going to be able to get up there. And I'm definitely not going to get up on this side, am I? Well, if you can climb up, hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Let me just mute my microphone so I can get this phone call.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm back. Phone call ended right as we were getting into the trade house. We can't get into that stump, but there is a bag of gold in that stump worth about that's not how words work. It contains exactly 100 gold if I remember correctly, but we can't get in there right now. So what are you gonna do? I almost forgot while we were over here at the lighthouse. This second stump also has 25 gold and a silver cup in it. And we're not going to get up there, of course. Hey, acrobatics increased to 14. Nice, we'll take it. There is a skill book at the top of the stairs in here that we're going to take. An armor increased to 6. Perfect. So while we're up here, we're just going to wait until 12 p.m., 12 midnight, and Fargoth see his sneaky little sneaky self with his torch that broadcasts his location to the whole world. We're just going to wait until he sneaks into the swamp over there. He is depositing 300 gold that we're going to steal, and his ring of healing, and I think a lockpick. I think a journeyman's lockpick, if I remember correctly. We just have to wait where he can't see us on top of the lighthouse up here. Um, and we're going to grab all of his stuff. We're not going to turn in the quest just because we need the gold more now. We can always come back at a future time to turn in these quests here. But just for now, we just want to get everything accomplished. Why am I all sneaky? Huh. His torch went out. He went in the swamp too deep and it burned his torch out. Okay. So now that he's walking away from that stump, I distinctly remember the first time I ever played this game and I didn't know that the stump was the answer. So like I actually like went and retraced his entire route. I like searched around the base of that tree in case he put anything there. And then I did go into the stump, into the little swamp here. And that was before like texture packs and stuff were made. So like this water matched this swampy water a lot better and it's a lot less obvious. Yes, Journeyman's Lockpack, I was absolutely right. And then there's one other thing that we're going to do while we're here in Seydanine. And there is the body of the tax collector just outside of town. We're going to pick up the money and the tax record off of his corpse. Mostly because we are scoundrels. Hey, look at that. Acrobatics increased to 16. There's his corpse. There's always violent creatures near his corpse. Now this money we are going to turn in. And... oh, you just said we're not going to do any quests where you have to turn in the money because we want to keep it. We can always come back later. This money, if we do turn it in now, we actually can get a reward of 500 gold for taking down the person who killed the tax collector, which is Foreign Gilnith, or whatever his name is. He's in that shack over there. Which, let's pop a quick save, because there is like an order of progression, and I'm not 100% sure. We're not specializing in axe, but let's wait long enough for our fatigue to restart because we need fatigue. Yep, okay. Yeah, we can't talk to him about anything yet. That's so if we go back to what's his name at the Census and Excise office, Zacucius Urgala or whatever his name is, we can turn in the 200 gold and then he will give us a bounty to find the murderer, and we'll be 200 gold out, but then we'll be 500 gold richer after we go kill Foreigneth. Hey, we found a dead body. Yes, we found 200 gold. Here's that gold. Thank you for giving us the bounty. And again, we're just breezing through all this dialogue, not actually reading it. We'll probably keep doing that for all the beginning stuff. We're just going to use this axe long enough to kill him, and then we're going to sell the axe off too, because we're not an axe user.
I'm fine, thank you. That fetcher
That's no excuse for murder. You will die now.
to kill me.
Oh, I forgot to wait. I forgot to wait for our fatigue to recharge. Okay. Hey, now we'll have better luck hitting him because we're not completely fatigued. And in this game, hand-to-hand doesn't directly hurt you until you're out of fatigue. So like, he's hitting me a couple times, but he's not knocking me down, and my health isn't going down because we're not out of fatigue. Come on, I hit him like 3 or 4 times, and now he's like almost dead, and I can't hit him again. I just need the teeniest amount of damage. Okay, he's gonna start knocking us down because of our fatigue, and we are definitely abusing the system here. There we go. And we have processed Vitellius's ring. So we can go back to the Census and Excise office now that he's dead and get a 500 gold reward. Hey, acrobatics increased to 18. Nice, I'll take it. Jump, 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 jump around. Oh, someone is walking in. Give me just a moment. Use the microphone. Okay, we're back. Thank you for your patience. Let's talk to him about this. And we got a 500 gold reward for that bounty. Thank you very much. And that is why we do it that way. So the sun is coming up and we are ready to leave Satanin. There are still a few unfinished quests, but mostly it's turn that money into the guy Frisker upstairs and buy that guy's cursed ring, which both end up losing us money instead of gaining us money, and it's not really something that we want to do. Fargoth. And then after you break into, after you break into, that's not how words work. After you find his stash in the stump, if you ever talk to Fargoth about his ring again, how his disposition is so high, it will drop precipitously every time you mention it, just because of how distraught he is about having lost his ring. So we're going to make our way north to Balmora, and we're not actually going to follow the path. We're going to take a longer way around because it'll help us find a few more extra bonus things. And we like extra bonus things. So first stop, you can see that like white spot there. That is a book from... Hey, acrobatics increased again. That is a book from Tarheel. And I'll show you real quick. Let's pop a quick save because I don't actually want him to die. We'll actually come back at some point in the future and save his life. But if you approach that book, you saw him appear in midair. He was experimenting, and this journal says what his experiments were about with trying to make a flight spell, and he just ends up falling to his death. So let's load that quick save, because we don't want him to die. The scrolls that I carry in flight are a very valuable resource early in the game if you want to do something like that. But they are also not so important that you absolutely have to have them. And you take them off of his corpse, but if he doesn't die, then you don't get them. But you can save him, and then it's great because the only thing he'll ever say is, I don't feel like talking about it. No, I'm too embarrassed about this whole thing. So we're going to go around. Actually, we hate axes. I should have sold this to Aurelia back in the trade house, but whatever. I don't want that axe in my inventory. Wait, no. I'm like, why didn't I plan for selling that to Aurelia in the beginning? Because we want it just long enough to get to this tomb. My brain was trying to do two things at once and failing at both of them because I'm pretty dumb. But we do want this axe because in this tomb, it's a short and sweet tomb, and there's a ring that we want, but there might be a ghost in the way, and the only way you can damage ghosts is with enchanted or silver weapons. But if you come here at the very beginning of the game, the enemies are not that bad. So we're going to take this Mentor's Ring, because it boosts us 10 points in intelligence and 10 points in willpower. We also want Ashes of Lord Brine. Okay. We might not have thought this through well enough. How powerful is this spell? Life Force, trap damage, health 13 points. Yes. Let's load that quick save. That spell hit us a lot harder than I was expecting it to. We don't have any probes, so we can't disarm the trap, and we're just going to get our butt kicked if we try to fight. So I think the best thing that we can do is ready the Ring of Healing and try to run past the enemies and spam heals. Spam heals as soon as we activate that trap. Oh shoot, a Bone Walker. Nope, nope, puppy. Come on. Mr. Chonk, get in the lap. I know that's what you want. Get in the lap. Thank you. Oops, I dropped something on the ground. Oh well, not a big deal. Get up. What the heck? Why am I... Why can't I get up? Yes, we're going to load that quick save. Okay, I got enough healing off of the engraved ring of healing to not die, but then I just fell on the ground and started sliding and couldn't get back up. What the heck was that about? Okay, this axe is slowing us down and we're not going to fight things in here. So we're just going to leave it. It's not a big deal. It's worth like 20 gold or something small like that. Not enough for us to fret about at this point in the game. Okay, skeleton, that's a lot less scary. What the? Okay, this time it killed us straight in one hit. We didn't even have time to open the urn. Gotta love random chance. We get different enemies in the room. And we get a different trap on the urn that sometimes will straight kill us and sometimes won't kill us at all. Although sliding around on the ground sure isn't a good thing. Okay, take all and immediately heal. Oh, don't do this to me. Let me up. Let me up, please. Okay. I think we're getting knocked to the ground so much because we have no fatigue. Let's do the same thing. Let's just wait. We can't rest here. Enemies are nearby. Let's just let our fatigue recharge. Okay. There is no escape. Who the heck said that? Whoa. Wait, why is there an NPC in here? What the heck? No, I don't care about the Ancestor Ghost. Who is the NPC? Why is there an NPC in here? That is not something that's supposed to happen. Can we see? Because the Bone Walker, sure, Bone Walkers are a thing that exists in here sometimes. Ancestor Ghost, sure, but who is this NPC? Who said there is no escape? Who is that? Oh, okay, whatever. We'll load the autosave. That was... Oh, I think I know. I think it might be a Dark Brotherhood assassin. Maybe sleeping in here caused one to spawn. Those aren't supposed to spawn when you're at level 1. But who knows? No, get out of here. Go, go, go. Ring of Healing. Ring of Healing. Okay. We made it out alive. We can't rest here. There are enemies nearby. That is fine. Okay. Now we're going to continue up the coast. Now that we have this Mentor's Ring. The reason we wanted that is because it fortifies our intelligence and our willpower. We have a Ghost Curse and a Grave Curse affecting our strength, endurance, and fatigue. Oh shoot. Don't kill me, fishies. I'm trying to get out of your water. Don't kill me. You can't rest here. Are the slaughterfish counting as enemies that are preventing us from resting? Okay. Oh shoot, Quama Forager. That's okay, we're not fighting anything right now. Now there's another... Okay. There's another stump over here that has another 100 gold in it, and there is some mushrooms here. This tree is a special site. We've got Luminous Ursola, Violet, Corporonius, Hyphia Facea, and Bungler's Bane. All 4 of the mushrooms that are found in this region can all be found right on that tree there, and we want all 4 mushrooms for a Mage's Guild quest. And then we just want gold because it's always good to have more gold. Oh, that Quama Forger is still trying to chase me. He'll take the gold. And then the other thing that we're going to get to is there's a shipwreck just a little bit further up the coast, and there's some good things. Sometimes you can find like a diamond or a pearl or other jewels in the wreckage. And then there's also some ash statues, and we want to collect the ash statues because they are all unique items. We get 5 gold. There's a silver sword. We don't want to carry around a sword. Too heavy, and we're already burdened down by a lot of things. Oh, it's so dark. Let our eyes adjust. Now we can see a little bit. Okay, I guess there's nothing in the main cabin. Let's have our eyes adjust again. Take the moon sugar. Ooh, 3 diamonds. That is very uncommon. We'll take these ash statues too. They're just a collectible. So ash statues, anytime you see an ash statue, it's something related in smaller and large part to Dagoth, the main enemy of the game. But they're also kind of a unique item in that they don't stack. Even though they're all the exact same thing, the exact same size and weight and etc. Where like these plates, there's 4 of these plates that all stack. These ash statues do not, and there's a very limited number. There's only a couple hundred of them spread throughout the entire game, and they can never be found in random loot. They're always in very specific locations. So those ash statues are just uh, they're technically unique items, and if you're going to be doing a long playthrough like we're going to be doing and collecting unique items, you might as well collect every ash statue there is. So we're back on a path now, and now we're headed north. We're getting closer to Balmora. We don't need that map. We know where we're going. Excuse me. So basically, we're back on the path now. We do have one more detour to get to. And it's not too far away. It's about halfway between here and Balmora. And that bridge up there that you see ahead of us is the key. Odai Plateau is the current cell that we're in, technically. And Odai Plateau is where your stronghold for House Halelu will be built if you join House Halelu and proceed through the stronghold questline. There are 3 great houses, Halelu, Telvanni, and Redoran. And in general, lots of things in this quest that come in 3s can be summarized as stealth, combat, or magic oriented. And House Halelu would be the stealth oriented one, Redoran would be the combat oriented one, and Telvanni would be the magic oriented one. So if you're playing the game and you're trying to think how you want to build your character, because you can only ever join a single great house, that is a good way to choose how you're going to align which house you join based on what your character is best at. We're not going to be joining any great house in this playthrough, at least not early. But this bridge is important because if you cross this bridge and then you keep going in a straight line, or as close to a straight line as you can get, you'll find the Vasir Dinadot something ebony mine. It's right over here in these rocks. And it's hard to find, and it's pretty important because it has been lost. So all you have to do is walk in. Oops, I just got hit. by something. And then it gets it secretly added to your journal. And it's because it's a lost ebony mine. People of some of these great houses want to know about it. So, you know, if you ever walk in, you can technically claim that you found it and you've documented its location. And claim a hefty reward depending on quite who you've reported to. Now, in order to make journeying to Balmora faster and more efficient, I don't have any weapons on me. I have some basic chitin armor, just because it's the lightweight option. And sold off all my weapons, precisely so that we would not have any issues with over encumbrance while we try to make it there. We're going to steal the Sword of White Woe. Gotta get me all this heather first. Gold cannet. I need heather, gold cannet, stoneflower, and is it scathecrow? I'm not sure. There's 4 flowers that you need to have for an early Mages Guild mission. Look at that little scrib. It's building a nest, doing little scrib things. We'll leave you be, buddy. There's gold cannet. Oh, willow anther, that was it. But since we have no weapons right now, we are just ignoring the Quama Forager. It'll follow us until it gets sick of it. Or if it follows us all the way to Balmora, then a guard could kill it. Easy peasy. Acrobatics is 21, which is great. When we get to Balmora, what we need to do is make a few quick bucks. And then go find a trainer, because we're going to use our endurance, which is heavy armor here, and train that up so that we can maximize the benefit of this level. So we'll go report to Sias Cosatus. He will give us some money, because we're a newbie fresh off the boat. And he will tell us of a few other people here in town who will give us things that we can sell for money. And he is a skooma smoking beefcake of a man. Yes. Yes. Good, welcome. Leave my personal stuff alone. Wait for my orders. Okay, what are your orders? Okay, take this gold and go do yourself something. Okay. He'll inform us of the people we can talk to. Oh, I am not paying much attention. I was trying to look at the wrong thing. That's you. Fighters Guild, Freelance Work Guild, In-House Leilu, Indra. It's important at these early stages of the game to get through all of these quest dialogues. Right here you see he's giving us a reference to Old Ebon Heart. That's actually because we are using the Tamriel Rebuilt mod pack, and that is not part of the standard game. But it's important to get through all of these dialogue topics because they do things like add spots to your map and give you opportunity for new quests and new things you may not have access to. Okay, that's everything he can tell us right now. I'm just not reading through it because it's all standard beginning of the game stuff that pretty much everyone knows already. So right down here is a couple of people who work for him. And I am being very silly. Is it this house? This house. They will give us something for free. This is a way of saying welcome. He gives us a journeyman's a limbic, pardon me. The house is pretty dark. You can give us a steel helmet and cuirass. And then if we go across the river, I believe it's Nine Toes. Nine Toes we need to go see, who can give us a few other things. So we are using quite a few mods in order to accomplish what we want to accomplish. Nine Toes, haven't found his house yet. I think it's in the second row, but it's actually been a good minute. Okay, dude, can you clear your throat any louder? So when you look in crates like this, if you're familiar with the game, it doesn't have scrap wood in it. It doesn't have this kind of a cup in it. Now, those are just added resource packs by some of the mods we're using that makes the games a bit more immersive. Adds a few things that weren't in the original base game. This is the kind of thing we're looking for. It's a Restore Willpower Potion worth 80. This coat of arms is worth 30. Nothing else too good in there. First thing we need to do is go sell the moon sugar that we have. Because no... That's worth a good amount. Oh wait, that was too early. Actually, we are getting very good luck finding these. Of course, I am over encumbered. Still slightly. Let's just throw, I don't know, some slowed soap. Really? Okay. Have some nutch leather. There we go. Let's go to Ravir here. Ravir the trader. Let's offload this moon sugar. And I'm not going to try to haggle or barter with him, but we are going to do one at a time. And the reason being is that his disposition goes up 1 point every single time you do a sale without trying to haggle. And that is a permanent increase. And it means he's going to give us better and better prices over the long term. So the very first ones we're selling are 22. And these are moon sugars. We have to get rid of these because no other traders will deal with us while we have moon sugar in our inventory because it's an illegal substance. Only some traders, like our Khajiit friend Ravir here, are willing to. And this selling things one at a time is a slight abuse of the game mechanics. In real life, you think someone would get annoyed. See, it's already up to 23 and we've only sold him 10 items so far. This is the 11th item we've sold him. In real life, you'd think that somebody would be getting annoyed with you for just, hey, buy one, hey, buy one more, hey, buy one more. But this is not real life. Oh, I forgot I have one more moon sugar. Let me see, do I have anything else for Ravir while we're here? The potions I will take to Lucaria. The flint I want to hold on me just in case. It does give me the ability to carry more in case I get something down in a dungeon or something. Yeah, that's a cup that I don't want to keep. These ones are all going to be used as decorations in my house when I get there. That's all that I have for Ravir at this time. Okay. We're just gonna go for a good starter house. I would always recommend Halelo Manor. The main proprietor is dead. Raylan Halelo is dead on the ground floor. And he's not gonna mind if you take over his house. But in addition, because he is a quest corpse, I guess you would say, he, and his corpse that is, never despawns, and it is a way to store an infinite amount of, well, items of any kind. Typically, nope, that we're going to sell. Typically, the containers that you use have an amount that they can hold, and when you exceed that amount, it says this container is full, you can't hold anymore. These ash statues are pretty rare. You get these first 4 off of a sunken ship that is off the coast between Balmora and Seyda-Neen. So you start in Seyda-Neen, we make our way along this way. We pass the Odai Plateau there, but right around here is a little sunken ship, and in there is those red ash statues, along with these 3 diamonds that we found. We're going to sell these 2, and we're going to keep this Alembic. But for now, we have, just to make life easier on us, before we actually get the resources to break into this house, we're just going to ditch the things we're going to keep. I wish there was a more efficient way, but such is the limitations of the programming. So we're just going to throw all these things here where they'll be safe and no one will tamper with them until such a time that's coming up soon that we can get in. No, we're keeping that. I want to throw away. I'm just trying to drop them on the ground, not on the ledge of the door. One of these diamonds will serve, well, let's do it like this. One of these diamonds is a quick and easy quest for Sugar Lips Habasi. I don't remember the exact flowers off the top of my head because I am very silly. But 4 flowers and 4, and I'm dropping all, okay. We'll come back and pick up this stuff because I'm already not paying enough attention. That's what happens when you're new to this and you try to talk and work at the same time. You miss details. Those shoes can go for sale, that's fine. But let's sell off some of this stuff that we've got. We will sell off these valuable potions. And again, we're going to do the 1 at a time method without haggling at this point in order to get that disposition as high as possible. And 55 is pretty good. And getting a phone call, that is just fine. I am not going to answer it at this time. We are going to go just over here to the armorer, sell off these 2 armor pieces, and see if maybe he's got some greaves or a helm for this chitin set that we're wearing. It's not the best set at this point in the game, but it is very lightweight, and it is better than some of the other lightweight sets. So we will get a greaves. See if he'll do 30. Nice. And we will do that helmet. 20 is just fine. So we'll put those on. And the next most important thing is to go grab the Sword of White Woe. And that will actually be our main weapon for quite a while until we get the Daedric Daikatana from the Drin Plantation. The Sword of White Woe is hidden on top of a dresser on the top floor of this guard tower over here. There is also a second Sword of White Woe hidden underneath, I think it's the bed in Saran, and you can actually go get a second copy. No one is quite sure why there are 2 copies of this weapon in the game. You can see it here, and it is really one of the better swords you can get. But this guy will kill me if I try to take it where he can see. So what you have to do, in order to get away with it, is you have to distract him, make him look in the other direction. Come on. Come on, my friend. Don't you want to look at me over here instead of over there where I was? Why are you still looking in that direction? Come on. What if I come back up the stairs? And his bone mold armor is nice. It's a good medium armor. And it actually does better protection, roughly, if we're saying like equally leveled in medium armor and light armor than this chitin armor does. Unfortunately, we are not using medium armor for 1. We are going to be using either light armor or heavy armor. And for 2, the best medium armor in the game is Drow, and that only has a couple of items like helmet, cuirass, and shield, I believe. It does not have the rest of the set, so even with the best medium armor in the game, you're nowhere close to the best light or the best heavy armor. And heavy armor is still the best with Daedric. This guy is really good at his job. He does not want to leave that sword unattended. There you go. Yes, good. Look in this direction. Okay. Now that you're looking that direction, you won't see me quite so well. And okay, yes. So my sneak icon that's down here in the bottom left corner shows a little hand grabbing a bag. That shows that he doesn't see me. Let's just take these things. They see these chitin are not worth nearly as much as that bone mold. Now if we move our mouse in just the right spot and point right at the tip, you can see the info panel for this sword lighting up. That's because we can just barely see it. And if we get the perfect line up, we can grab it without him seeing us. Quite a bit hard to do. As you can see, it takes quite a few tries, but it's definitely worth it. Oh, that was close. Dang it. Got it. And this is going to be our main sword for a long while now. And I am very silly. Got excited about the sword. Forgot to check here because there is 5 gold in there. Not too bad. All of these weapons are trash. They're usually pretty broken. Like that one is condition 400 out of 640. That one's not bad actually. It's condition 0 out of 300. That's completely unusable until and unless you repair it. We can also check down here. There may be some little valuable things. I don't see any. One of these guard towers has a couple of good things in the basement level. I just forget which one. Yes, Outlander, what do you want? This is all still early game setup stuff before we go start adventuring and etc. So it is not the most exciting gameplay as of yet, but the setup is important if you want to do very successful long term. You will come back to. I'll show you these bone mold things. And now let's get back to rating these. That was no, you speak down. Terrible sword, but we can go sell it. And now it's important that you don't take this behavior the same everywhere. In Balmora specifically, the crates that you find on the streets are free for the public and you can raid them. But in other cities and towns, that is not necessarily true. Actually, exclusive, those ones are very uncommon to find. I've been having really good luck today, though. But while they are difficult to find, they are not impossible. And let's see, we'll sell him these one at a time. Up to 70 with Ravir, that is great, that is fantastic. Ravir is a valuable resource for later in the game. Especially if you're not using Creeper or the Mud Crab Merchant. Ravir, the fact that he has those Daedric weapons that are several thousand, and here are these couple of these Drow items, Drow Shield and Drow Helm, those are the best medium armors in the game. But because he has those high value Daedric weapons, you can balance some trades back and forth in order to get the best value without him just being like, I don't got enough. You can take everything I've got, or you can take nothing. So it is good building for later. Now, Caria will buy this potion that we found. I prefer the Fortify Strength. I'm going to keep the Flynn. You can have it for 81 without argument. What we're going to do is we're going to go join the Fighters Guild explicitly at this time. We'll do more Fighters Guild quests soon, but at this moment in time, the reason we're joining the Fighters Guild is so that we can use this guy as a trader. He can train. Yeah, I do have something that you can train that's in heavy armor. Read the charter, and you bet we would love to sign up. Goodbye. Yes, I'm an elf. No, he doesn't. We'll grab some of these hammers later when we need them, but it's just best to not carry those around with you. They are way too heavy. So if I want to get 10 levels in heavy armor, that's about 3,000 gold. I'm not I don't think I have quite enough to do all of that right now. That's 5, 6, 7, and I can't afford 8. So 8, 9, 10, that's 3 more levels, 350, 700, 1150, so we'll round it up to 1050, so we'll round it up to 11. I want to make sure I've got 1100. Yeah, okay, what we're going to do is we are going to take these things just to sell them right back to you. And again, same disposition thing we were talking about before. We want to make sure we're maxing his disposition because we get better rates on everything. Um, Honestly, I should have done this first, just because he would also give us better rates on the training, but sometimes I am very silly. And when you sell things one at a time, you get individual disposition bonuses. Now we're at 65, for example. And if you sell them all in bulk, you'd only get a single disposition bonus, and you don't get nearly as much of the long-term results. And when we're trying to maximize our beginning early game gains, it is a bit important to maximize these results. Oh, hi Jess. Welcome in. How are you? Hope you had a safe drive home. I apologize if you have had that message sitting there for 10 minutes. My chat is kind of off to the side. And I am still getting used to how this all works. Jess the bookworm. Speaking of books, I just finished. It's snowing and gross, but I made it. Well, I can tell you made it, and I'm very glad. But speaking of books, I just finished Jurassic Park. Actually, about an hour ago before I started this stream. It is definitely. Well, yeah, it's definitely very close to the movie, or I guess you could say the movie is very close to the book. There are some key differences, especially closer to the end, but it's a faithful recreation now that I have both seen the movie and read the book. Jess, while I've got you here, um, is the sound coming through on your end? Can you hear the game sound? And I'm assuming you can hear me because you answered my question and said you made it home safe. But are the game sounds coming through? Is anything too loud or too quiet? Anything like that I should be aware of? I'm still learning how all this stuff works, so I don't really know how it looks on your end of things. You can hear me, but not the game. Well, that is a problem, isn't it? Um, hmm. Okay, I think I see the problem. Give me 30 seconds, and I think I can have that fixed. I'm just going to finish maxing his disposition real quick since I'm in the middle of doing this. Is that a little dog you sent to chat? Okay. And let's give you the rest of these arrows. Doing them one at a time is still important because when you do them one at a time, they're worth 1. You get credit for each and every single one. So 37 and 37. If you do them all in a big group, oh, it's a dinosaur. Nice. It's very, very small on my scene, since the majority of my screen is taken up with the game here. So I could not quite tell, but yay, dinosaur. If we do all 100 at a time, like these are worth 100, we're at 71 now. You do the whole 100, and it's definitely not 100 more gold that you get out of it. So mash this really, really quickly 100 times, you get a much better value out of it. So let me finish this bartering session real quick like, and then I think I can go fix the sound. And you can have that too. You don't buy shoes, that's just fine. Will you give us 190? Nice, okay. So I'm just going to save it real quick so we can close the game, because I have to be able to close the game to change the sound options. Give me just a quick moment. I need you. Um, the game. Um, if I go restart the game, that should ideally let you hear the sound. Source. Okay, the source is set. Let's see. Reload the game back up. Okay, game is loaded. Let's get it back on the stream. And can you hear the sound now? Hmm. Well, I'm gonna hope you can hear the sound, but I will watch to see if you let me know otherwise. We shall never know what he can't imagine eating. Yeah. Let's see here. We've got a bunch of potions to sell. No, those are not the ones I want to sell. She is notoriously fickle. Like in the Morrowind community in Alcaria, people complain about not being able to get good prices with her even after you've maxed out her disposition, and even if you have great mercantile skills. It's just not someone who you're always going to get the best prices from. But she is very conveniently located. She has a lot of good ingredients. And she has a lot of money. She starts with 3,000 gold. So even though you can't get the best prices from her, she is still a very valuable resource. And cultivating her early on in the game goes a long way. So again, we're just abusing the game mechanics to sell one item at a time to get all of these. Every time she says, "Thank you, please come again," her disposition raises by a point. Jess, are you still there? Can you hear me? Me. Okay, yes, you can hear me. Because I made a typo. Can you ha? Ha ha ha. Um, we're gonna hold on to those ones. You can hear just me. Okay. There's no trade going on right now. See, new streaming pitfalls. That is exactly why I'm glad to have someone who can give me feedback so I can try to troubleshoot. Speakers. Set. Audio mocking device. Separate. What if I change that? You might be a guinea pig, but you're a cute guinea pig, so it's all okay. Okay, if I change that setting, maybe we'll get better results. Let me try to launch the game one more time. What the heck happened to my desktop? Yes, you can hear the tippy taps in the background. Chonky boy, you're part of the stream. Does that mean we need to get your nails cut? Yeah, you want to get your toenails clipped? Yeah, you've got an appointment next week. Yeah, because next week is the beginning of the month, and Chunk always gets his toenails done on the beginning of the month. Okay, let's load up our file here. Hello, puppy. Now he's a puppy in my lap. Okay, I changed one other setting. Still not sure if you can hear the game though. I can, in the audio mixer, I can see the feedback from the microphone, but I'm not seeing any feedback from the speakers. The site. No, okay, that's what I feared. Yes, puppy, daddy love you. Yes, puppy, daddy love you. Daddy love the puppy. Okay, how do I make image browser? Audio output capture. Is that what I need? Maybe I need to change it to an audio output capture, capture as it's going out instead of the other way around. Still have to learn these things because figuring them out is not the easiest thing in the world for someone dumb like me. Let's see here. Game capture. Capture. Program. That's just, okay. Okay, let's restart the game one more time and see if that did a better job of, oh hey dummy, thank you very much for the follow. I apologize that this is my very first stream and I am the dummy here and I don't know how to get my audio working. I am trying my best. I hope you're a fan of Morrowind or the Elder Scrolls in general. And hopefully you don't judge me too harshly for how badly I play the game. We are just trying to address some audio issues here. I am interesting, apparently. Are we having anything you can hear, Jess? Or Dummy, if you're here. This guy talking, footsteps, jumping, background music. Those are all the things you might be able to hear if I know how to figure out how to get the audio working. Nope. Okay. Still no sound. This is really something that should be done by someone much smarter than me. Audio. Let's see here. Down mix tomorrow. I really don't know what I'm doing. What if I just, instead of trying, what if I just change it all to default? Because really, I don't know what I'm doing. But there's a very good chance the system knows better than me. Intermission. Let's see.
Well, what have we here? Interesting.
Okay, now you have sound but no video. Because I broke the video and I fixed the sound. Okay. I'm glad that you have the sound. Very interesting. Let me try putting that back to where it was, but keeping that in the new place. And let's see if that gives any kind of better results.
All right, I'm intrigued. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Looks like you have a video now, but do you have sound still? Or did I break it again by just switching?
The indignity of it all.
Yes, we have sound and video? Both. Perfect. Fantastic. Okay. That is a little bit of a headache off of my mind. Let's get back to it then. So when we last checked in with our wonderful little trainer over here, we had not yet raised his
Do you
citizen to
need
100,
something?
and he wanted to charge
I like
352
what I see.
for the next training session. Now it's down to 341. We need to get it up. We need to get our heavy armor up to 40 for our level up. And we have 60 gold left. We need 324. So, what we need to do for the next quickest, easiest gold is join the Mages Guild. Yes, I would like to join. Thank you. Now we can freely raid this supply chest. I'll take everything. I don't know why I'm trying to click manually.
Head on.
And the books we'll bring over to the bookseller here. They're not worth much, but again, establishing these beginning of the game relationships. Yes, books, the bookstore. And Jess, I've showed you this bookstore before, and you can look through all of the books, and all of the books are full of writing and lore and information within the games themselves. But this is not the good bookstore. The good bookstore is Jobasha's Ware Books and Vivek. But we cannot quite get there yet. Not at our budget, at the very least. The next thing, if we sell more potions in Alcaria, I believe we might be able to make enough money to afford that 10th level. And then we can do our first level up. Oh, easy peasy. We're at 420. 437. Now we're better than 420. Rabbit! Welcome! Hype, hype, hype. I wish I was hype, 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 but I am kind of chill because I am whatever. So catch you up real quick. We are just doing some abuse of the game mechanics. If you see this disposition bar right here, it's at 86 out of 100. And every sale that you do without arguing, without making her upset, her disposition goes up just a little bit. If I sold her everything all at once, it would only go up once, but for every sale I make and every time she says thank you, please come again, it goes up once more. So this is early game mechanics trying to set up a very good relationship with one of the vendors that we'll be using throughout a hopefully long playthrough. Get her disposition up really high, we'll get better prices on selling, and we'll get better prices on buying.
Welcome. If you wish to talk, it is really no trouble at all.
So Rabbit, you just got here. I spent probably about 10-15 minutes troubleshooting sound issues with Jess. Do you have any sound issues on your end? Do you have both the game audio and...
Masera.
Me, of course, you just responded to me giving you an update, so you can clearly hear me. Budding Behow, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, please yell at me and make sure I get it right. Welcome and thank you for the
I'm
follow.
listening, please,
This is
go
my
ahead.
first ever stream, and I don't know what I'm doing, just to make sure we're all on the same page. I know what I'm doing in the
Pleasure is
game,
all
just
mine.
not streaming. And Rabbit, thank you for the follow. Honestly, I thought you did that yesterday. I apologize for not even noticing. We are... so in this game, the amount of different things that you increase your skills give you points towards your level up, and you get three choices every level up for which attributes you want to increase. The reason that I was specifically training heavy armor was because it gives us strength points. Strength points are important for helping us carry more things. If we have very high strength, we can carry quite a lot of things as we raid a dungeon. Endurance is something that we also want to start at the beginning, because endurance helps us have very high health bar. And finally, we're going for luck. No skills pertain to luck, but the best you could do is give it 1 point every time. So this speed here times 2 is inconsequential. We did get a couple levels in a speed skill, but that's just as it rolls. But we're going to make sure we give 1 point to luck every level up that we can, because the higher your luck, the slightly better you do in literally everything in the whole game. So that is our very first level up there. Now that we have that taken care of, and we have a nice weapon, and we have a full set of armor, we are going to go take on our first
Can
mission.
you ask your question quickly? I must
So
be
Miss
going.
Fire Eye up here is going to have us kill some rats.
You've got the better of...
Yay, ADHD. So we need to go to the Pillow Lady's house. Hello. Do you have a problem with rats? Oh, thank you for the key. I shall go kill your rats. Okay. And in case you're wondering why she's called the Pillow Lady, first she has a lot of pillows on and around her bed. Presumably, before the rats got here and messed things up, they were nice and neat, and she probably keeps it all organized. But if you look inside her house, you've got like 25 pillows in this basket here.
Yes, Outlander?
Not in that one. You've got pillows on her shelf down there. Let's see if we can pick that lock. Close the door so she doesn't see us. And let's try to pick this lock and steal her gold, because we are a dirty, rotten scoundrel. Some books are good value here. Let's take this one, take this one here. You're the Pillow Lady. No, you've got nothing on this Pillow Lady. Throw pillows are a disease. So something to keep an eye out anytime you're playing this game. This book here has a value of over 100. All of the books in this game that have a value of over 100 have an important lesson to teach you. So when you open them and read them for the first time, you get in this case, long blade skill increased to level 36. And every book that has such a high value in this game will teach you a skill if it's the first time you've ever read that book. Now, if we find another copy of that book somewhere else, we won't get the same skill again because we've learned that
someone
lesson
watching
already.
I can tell.
But we need to finish taking care of her rat problem before we go anywhere else. So we're gonna go upstairs to her second floor storage. Let's re-equip our sword. It's very dark in here. But my eyes are adjusting. Okay. And let's take this rat meat. We can cook it and have a good meal later. But while we're in her storage, if you check in this crate, this one just has gold in it. Okay, here we go. 25 pillows in this basket. 25 in that basket. 25 in there. A random pillow sitting over there. Oh, that actually was a good amount. Just don't tell the pillow lady that we stole from her. I think I counted up one time and she has something like 150-ish pillows, give or take. I don't remember 100% the exact number. It's been quite a while. We've taken care of those cave rats for you. Thank you for your payment of 100 gold. Let's go report back to Ida's Fire Eye and let her know we took care of the rats. And ask her for the next thing. And she's going to send us to the local egg mine and ask us to kill some poachers who don't belong there. Yes, cave rats. You killed the rats. Not bad. For you. There's a reason no one likes her. Egg poachers.
I
Let's
take
go.
it you. I can't help you. Get healed elsewhere.
That is okay. So the local egg mine is out of town, just a little ways down the road on the right-hand side. Where are you going, puppy? What's over there? Is someone pulling up in front of the shop? Yeah, I'm sure they're going to the restaurant for dinner. I don't think they're coming here. It's 7 o'clock. We closed an hour ago. Oh, he's just excited. He's trying to do his job and be the greeter at the front door. You can see the fire over there in the distance. That is where we are going. Now these guys can tell us
What
a
is
little
this
bit
about?
the egg poachers. Civilio Othan and Dranilla Valis. The eggs keep disappearing, so they must be hiding somewhere inside. You'd basically have the exact same thing to say. They're not good people. They could be hiding anywhere.
You've got my ear. Let's hear it.
We did take some damage from those cave rats, so before we go in, we're just gonna rest outside until healed. And the very first thing we're gonna see is some people who do belong in the mine. You've got a Kwama worker here, just taking care of the eggs. We're gonna leave you be. We'll leave the eggs be. You're minding your own business and doing good work. Little Scrib, probably going to build a nest. Kwama forager. You suck. You can die, and you can die. Wow, you tanked a hit. Good for you. Let's dispose of these corpses. Keep it clean and tidy in the mine. And let's see here. This lighting is interesting. This is my first time using the glows in the dark mod.
Talk is free. What do you
I
want?
like the lighting effects. What do you know about the egg poachers? You don't know anything else.
You've
They're
got my
further down
ear.
in the
Let's
mine,
hear
I
it.
already know. I just... I know that I'm forgetting some detail about this quest. It's
Ah,
been
hello.
a good while.
Did you want something?
Yes, I want to catch the egg poachers. Oh, that's just a Scrib. Hi, Scrib. You having fun in this mine, buddy? You're not the poacher. Poachers have weapons. You're just doing your job. That's alright. I respect that mentality. Ain't your problem, ain't your business. Ooh, Kwama Cuddle. Nice. Collecting these things helps us make potions later on that do things like, in this case, resist poison. There are some potions, like the standard, restore health potions that are basically paramount for a good game. There are other potions that can enhance your abilities, enhance your skills, basically make your overall play just significantly better. And there they are. Let's take care of you first. I don't need you paralyzing me while I'm fighting off the poacher.
Die, fetcher!
You're a fetcher.
You Enwa! This is the end of your sweat!
You're beaten.
Did you use your... I think you did. That reminds me, I could use mine, too.
Now you die!
I have you.
Sanctuary skill makes
You
it significantly
Enwa.
harder to hit. It's like, if this is D&D, it would be like adding 5 points to your AC.
There is no escape!
I'm getting hit a lot more than these guys are, just because there's 2 of them against me. Let's drink a quick potion. Bring my health back up. Yeah, I know.
Now you die!
Your taunts would be more effective if you were hitting me. Oh, yours must have worn off from hitting you again.
This is the end of you, Swit! Surrender your life to me and I will end your pain!
No, thank you. I prefer to live with my pain. Okay. Hey, increase my longblade skill, nice. I'll take those eggs. I don't care about your pick. And you don't have anything for me. Okay. If we go all the way to the end, we could actually see the queen, and we might as well show you the queen. Because she's pretty cool. She's got a big old bulbous butt. And we're here already, anyway. Oh, you survived. So disposing of the corpse is something that I like to do. One, it keeps dead bodies off the floor. But it also automatically picks up anything that was in that inventory. So I don't have to manually collect everything. I don't like to do it for NPCs because those guys that I killed had some trash weapons and mining picks, and they had their clothing. Those aren't things that I want to just be carrying around. It's not really worth anything to sell. It's not really worth any kind of value for crafting or etc. purposes. But look at the queen. She got her big old bulbous butt. Pulsating, ready to lay some more eggs. All her little babies here. I'm not going to take these eggs. She worked hard to make them. She deserves to be able to have them unmolested and unstolen. That's why we kill egg poachers. But let's go back out of here. Let's report back to the Fighters Guild that we killed the egg poachers and collect our reward. We'll leave the scribs be, we'll leave the workers be. Basically anything that doesn't try to harm us, we just leave them be. Live and let live. Okay, I'm not sure. We have 4 points in our strength right now. That long blade level ups really is boosting us, really is helping. We have 1 point in agility, so that's our first, or is acrobatics strength? Oh, acrobatics is strength, I'm silly. Acrobatics and long blade are both strength, right? Long blade is strength, acrobatics is strength, okay, yeah. Which means we'll have a little bit more balancing to do for our next level up before we take it, so that we can maximize our point bonuses for strength and endurance with that little 1 for luck. And the battle music, because there is a Quama Forager following me, but we're headed out, we'll just leave it be. It'll stay there. Now that I'm out of its territory, it won't want anything to do with me. Hey guys, guess what? The poachers are dead. We've had no more problems. Well, I'd hope so. It's
Your
only been
wounds
like
don't
a
look
minute.
too bad, but you should find healing regardless.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So now we'll head back to Balmora, report to Ida's Fire Eye, and hear her be rude to us one more time. I love jumping in this game. Welcome.
Wealth beyond measure, Outlander.
And to you as well. Let's see, I do want to sell this battle axe though. And you'll give me 56, it's worth 130. At least give me 50% of its value. Thank you. We did not get a disposition increase because
How do
we
you do?
bartered with him higher than he was happy accepting on the first go round. But that's okay.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
He is not quite so important for the late game,
Today's
so I'm
your
not
lucky
too
day.
concerned with
So let's hear it.
maxing his reputation or his disposition. 100 gold, 4 quality restore fatigues, and our journal has been updated. Let's see, can you give us an advancement now? We are now advanced to apprentice, and we cannot level up without more work. Oh, the 4 Talvani agents in the mines outside of Caldera. We'll accept the quest, but we're not going to do that right now.
The pleasure is all mine.
Because that is one that will get us killed. We're not ready for that yet. And let's see here. I need to go join the Thieves Guild next. We shall talk to Sugarlips about... Where am I going? We'll talk to Sugarlips Abasi. I thought it was in this next row over here. Join the Thieves Guild and get some quests. Because we are dirty, rotten thieves. Here are the rules. Yes, we'll join. Let's see. Do you have any job for us? You want a diamond? Well, I happen to have a diamond in my inventory. Here's your diamond. And thank you for the exclusive invisibility potion. what is next? Oh, you need the key to Narano Manor. You got it.
Friend?
There are two ways to get the key to Narano Manor. You can steal it from the owner of Narano Manor, or you can steal it or bribe it or etc. from his servant who is currently drinking at the pub. That is the better way to go about it. Oops, wrong building. Council Club. We want this guy right. Let's see, you have the key to Narano Manor. Yes, that is where you work. Let's butter you up. Do you want to buy a book from me? Would you like this other book? How about this third book? Let's bribe you a bit. Nope. You don't want my bribe? Oh, no, no, no.
Please.
Speak quickly,
have a look
Outlander, or
around.
go away.
You have a very pointy face.
Probably nothing.
Okay, I guess I'm not getting that key right now. That is my own fault. They don't want to piss him off too much. We'll kill him later. That sounds so nefarious. There is a quest called Bloodbath in which you must go into the council club and kill every single person in there. This is basically kind of like where the mafia hangs
You
out.
should find healing.
You may
And you're
speak.
cleaning up an organized crime in the city.
You should find healing. You look
So for the moment, we
What's your story?
are going to leave his disposition at 11, and we're just not going to progress in the Thieves Guild, at least not with Sugar Lips, until we're ready to take on all of them. Let's see if we can make our way inside here. Let me... Yes, we're going to overwrite. I don't see anyone who can see me. And lock is too complex for my meager skills. I feared that might be the case. Yeah, look at that. Acrobatics increase. That's not where I'm trying to go. Why am I being so dumb? What I want to do is go buy the unlocking spell. I believe that you sell it? No, you don't have an unlocking spell. Someone here does, I believe. There it is. 148 gold. I can afford that. Thank you for teaching me a new spell. Okay, let's go back.
Is there...
No, there is not something I need. Okay. Guard is closer to the front door. We're not going to try the front door this time. We'll go up to the second floor, where they won't see us. And we'll magically unlock it. Well, while we're here, let's pick up all of our stuff. I am hopefully not going to become over encumbered. Oh, it would help if I hit the take button, wouldn't it? When mashing fails you. Okay, 196 out of 225. Okay, so this is Playlow Manor. This is what we will use as our main home. At least for a good majority of the game. I don't want a naked corpse in my floor, so we'll give you terrible clothes and we'll take your nice fancy clothes. Let's see, I'll take the belt. I can't wear gloves right now, but I can wear nice pants. If I try to put the gloves on, it'll unequip my armor. So, we will take the gloves to sell, though. Nice ring. Nice amulet. Silver longsword. And the shoes, too. Why not? Oh, I don't want to equip that. I just wanted to put it in my inventory. So this house has a lot of storage. All of these except, I believe, that barrel in the corner are safe storage. For some reason, one of these barrels is coded wrong and it is not safe storage and it will automatically reset itself. And it's quite a lot of storage. We've got 3 big tables that we can set up displays and such at. We've got all these shelves to set up displays. As you head upstairs, we have the servant quarters here, which actually Raylan Halelo's servant. She can be found in here, and she actually witnessed his murder. And she'll tell you about it when you're ready to do that quest. Nice book here that will teach me medium armor. We're not going to steal it because she can see me. And then upstairs, a bedroom, and everything is askew and torn apart, and it's clearly been damaged because there was a struggle before he was murdered. And if you talk to the servant downstairs, she'll confirm that that is what happened. But this makes a good house. There's a key here. This key does not open anything. There is evidence in the code that there was going to be like a chest or something hiding under here. And nobody is quite sure why that was taken out, and now the key doesn't go anywhere. Oh, of course I'm over encumbered. Okay, let's put these ash statues. So I think this is going to be the last thing I do before we log out for the night. Is just put down our decoration-y things that we want for this home. Just to get it started. Clean up some of this generic, boring stuff. And just in general, make it look nice. So if you stand directly over where you want something, and then you look upwards, you can set things down and it'll be exactly underneath you. So the game mechanics work, so if you can't place something, it still will be dropped. And then that way you can line things up very, very well. Normally I put the limeware flask in the middle, but for now we might as well put this peachware pot. It'll look nice in the middle. So we want to be right over the little jewel on the scarab and put one of these pictures. Oops, it was on the chair. Put one of these pictures and then we'll face the other direction. Be right over that jewel and put the other picture. And they should line up so that you can see the handles are both in the middle. Looks nice. We'll get in front of this seat And we shall put down one of our plates with a bowl on top of it. We'll get in front of this seat, and we'll put down one of the plates with a bowl on top of it. And actually, I should have moved this closer to the edge because they're kind of overlapping each other now. So we'll... just so that we make our house look nice. Actually, I think I want the handles facing towards the outside. And I've only got the first set of silverware. Fork and knife. I haven't got the second set yet, but we'll add the second set once we get them over there. And it'll be like a little dining set. This ceramic bowl we won't toss because it will go to Sugar Lips for... or pardon me, not Sugar Lips, Habasi in the Mages Guild, because she wants one. But for now, we just want to get it off of these tables. We'll just put it there, because we're clearing all the junk off so that we can get rid of it. Someone dropped their napkin on the floor. Let's go around the other side. No more napkins on the floor. Let's add some lighting, because it is awfully dark. Let's see, we've got this candlelight and this matching candle, and we'll put the 3-pronged in the middle. There we go. I've got a couple torches. I like to collect the torches throughout the game because they are the best lighting source and they go very well against these pillars. I've only got a couple of them for now, but we shall put them here on this middle walkway. See, it blends really well. Just because these stairs is kind of the darkest place in the whole house. And now it's so much more lit up here. Eventually, once I've got enough torches, what we would do is we'll add them around this pillar, around that pillar, around the top of the stairs, get the whole place lit up beautiful and bright, and then you kind of go from there with your decorations. And then clean up this upstairs room. It's a little bit shabby with everything all out of the way. But that's something that we'll have to do at a future time. What we can do right now is just start putting away some of our things. So we'll just get all of these, like, grab it, thank you. All these potion ingredients that we'll use later when we're at the point in the game where we're ready to make potions. Come on, thank you. We'll start putting those in here just for now until this container gets full, and then we'll move to the second container. And if you ever get to the point where you filled up all 3 containers, well, that's the point when you need to start making some potions. But for now... oh, thank you. I keep misclicking. For now, we're just going to offload our inventory, get rid of all the stuff that we don't need at this point in the game, but we've been collecting, and then we will sign off for the night. Jess and Rabbit, I appreciate you both coming in. It does mean a lot to me. And for the couple other people who did subscribe but did not say anything in chat, you are welcome to join chat. You're also welcome to watch without joining chat if you like. I honestly wasn't expecting to get any new watchers, but I appreciate you all the same, and I hope you enjoy the content. Let's see, that's for sale, that's sale, that's for sale. Let's wear a skirt. It may seem silly to wear all this extra stuff that we don't necessarily need or benefit from. And actually, we'll sell the common skirt, but we'll wear an extravagant one when we find one. But the more layers you add is great because you can enchant all of these things individually and build up quite a repertoire of constant effect enchantments towards the late game. And it can make a significant difference on... Okay, that... I like to put all my writing things in this chest. You just keep these things. They don't really do anything at this point in the game. But I basically hold them as trophies. Hey, acrobatics increased to 30. That means I can jump more better. Let's take those out of here, and I'm going to put my keys in here. Declutterify. And let's see here. I don't have a full setup yet. And actually, I'm never going to use this. That'll be for sale also. Lockpicks I keep. That is a trophy. Ashes of Lord Bryn, Brinny. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it. It is just a unique item that is actually, the backstory behind that is one of the members of the Elder Scrolls forums. He went by the name Lord Bryn on the forums, and he was a very popular member. He was there every day, commenting, helping the devs do things like playtest and etc., and bouncing ideas off of. And he died during development of this game. And so they honored him by, or technically it could be her because we don't know their public identity, but they honored him by putting this in the game. There are actually 3 things of this because there are 3 people who are big in the online forums while this game was being developed and bouncing ideas and just being an overall big part of the community who died during development. And so there are 3 of these things that you can find throughout the game that are just honoring the people who never got a chance to play it. But we always make sure that we keep that. You never throw that away. That is paramount to a good run. Also, this bottle right here, this vintage brandy, is something that we will be back for. That is for a future Thieves Guild quest, but since we're stuck, since we had very bad luck, and the guy who works at Nareno Manor did not like my bribes, we're just going to have to put that one off for later. I want to go to the closer over here and get rid of these clothes. We'll go back to Nalcaria and get rid of some of these extra potions that we don't need. And then we're done. Actually, I said I was closing down so I can go home when I left the house, and I did leave the house. So we'll stick to that and we'll do this later tomorrow. Don't quit yet. I need to save the game first. Okay, Rabbit Jess, thanks for coming. I appreciate it very much. I hope you have a wonderful night, and we will see you tomorrow. And if there's anybody else here who has not joined chat, I apologize if not saying you directly, but have a great night to you as well. Bye-bye.